Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets&Quants.
I'm Sandy Kreisberg, the HBSGuru.
And we're here to analyze another candidate on handicapping your MBA odds. Today we have someone with stats that are basically in nosebleed territory. It's a 770 GMAT, a 3.9 GPA in math and computer science at Rochester Polytechnic. This guy's been working at Merrill Lynch for the past 2 years. He's had 2 promotions in 2 years. He's a tech analyst. He wants an MBA because he would like to transition into private equity in the tech field, analyzing tech investments. And he is a 26-year-old white male. What do you think? You like this guy, I know. You like the numbers.
I like this guy as an analytical case. He's a diamond in the rough, both from the very basic way he's presented himself and the story. This is a guy with very powerful intellectual abilities, obviously, in terms of getting a 3.9 GPA in science and a 770 GMAT. What I like about this guy as a development case is that he's a little out of it, okay? I don't think he knows the business school milieu. I don't think he knows the professional milieu. Let me deal with the most obvious issue. What does he say his goals are?
Private equity in the tech field.
No.
What do you mean? At a top PE shop.
Work in tech PE division
of top PE
shop. Okay. Do you think that he wants to then invest in technology companies?
Yes.
Okay.
And analyze them as investments.
Okay. So that is a legitimate.
Given his background.
Yeah, given his background, that's good. This guy needs to learn how to present himself and present his goals in a serviceable way. And obviously, beyond that, he's a very strong applicant.
Right.
Interesting question. How many applicants do you think business schools get from Merrill Lynch in their IT? That's what he's doing, right?
I don't think
tech analyst at Merrill Lynch?
Yeah. So he's looking at tech companies.
He's looking at tech companies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tearing them apart.
Yeah.
For Merrill Lynch.
Okay, that's totally solid. So then there's a tiny question in that if you want to apply to a PE shop, they usually require what?
PE experience.
Or investment banking experience.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people can transition from investment banking to PE with an MBA. A lot of times PE people want PE people, unfortunately.
Right, but it's usually, here's a question for you, John. Of the total number of graduates from business school in any year who get jobs at leading PE shops, how many of them do not have prior PE or investment banking experience?
Precious few. You probably have to have a connection to do it.
Right.
Or you would have had to somehow figure out how to get yourself an internship in the summer and really wowed them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. So, but I think this guy may get a waiver if they don't count being a tech analyst at Merrill Lynch for 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what do you think tech analyst means in this context?
Someone who analyzes tech companies.
He's writing reports
for Merrill Lynch.
But it's not investment banking. He's writing stock.
That's right.
Those reports.
Yes. Which I thought actually aren't done anymore.
I don't know. Okay.
But that gets you into the into the financials in a way that makes you smart.
I think if I were running a PE shop and I liked this guy otherwise, I wouldn't let that stand in my way.
Yeah.
Because this is obviously a smart guy who's born to do stuff like this. And, why this guy didn't get a job at the investment banking division at Goldman or what his summer internships were. That's an interesting question.
Right.
It could be, our PI is not a feeder school. The guy could be, just grew up in a tech community, one of the few tech outlier communities that hadn't been infected by business school or PE. So this guy might be I don't want to say noble savage, but this guy could be a diamond in the rough for real.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people love that.
Although I have to say, I like the clarity of his presentation to us in terms of, it's true, it was sparse, but it contained all the detail you need to make a judgment on him.
I agree.
Because some people go on, and some people don't.
I'm aware of that.
Don't give you the stats that you really need to make a proper analysis.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was just terrific in terms of his clarity.
In that spirit, let's move on. And what do we got?
Stanford, he's aiming really high here. It's the top school. Stanford, what do you say?
I'd like to know what the outcome is at Stanford.
You should say, okay, because extracurriculars are often important at Stanford.
Yeah, this guy is not a Stanford type.
He teaches programming to needy children.
There's not enough of do-gooder stuff like that.
He mentored the local robotics team.
Yeah. This guy doesn't strike me as a typical Stanford type. I could be wrong. I think this guy may have a hard time at Stanford. He's not. Stanford likes a diamond in the rough, but not a white male diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
He's not. So what do we call that? Not their kind of diamond. That's right.
Odds?
Stanford, 20 to 25%.
I think that's still pretty good because after all, it's Stanford. How about Harvard?
Harvard just goes for, this guy's just so solid. They'll say, we'll put him in our, what do they call that? Compost heap and see what we get in 2 years.
And Wharton, he's got that high GMAT. Come on.
This guy's getting into Wharton if he can convince them that he wants to go there.
Right. Odds?
At Wharton?
50 plus?
Yeah, 50 plus.
Same for Columbia, right?
Yeah.
MIT, where the class is smaller.
Same thing.
Computer science background is great for them.
He just has to convince them he wants to go there. At schools like Columbia, Wharton, and MIT, the issue becomes, they start protecting their yield. So you have to go out of your, if you're a candidate like this, at schools like Wharton, Columbia, and MIT, you really have to wag your tail a little bit, show up at info sessions, make friends with alums, visit. That becomes important.
That's especially true in round one, because round two, they kind of think, all right, maybe you were rejected in round one by Harvard and Stanford, so automatically they think they have better shot at getting you, right, in round two?
I've infected you with my perverse cynicism. Yes, I agree.
And he wants to apply round one to all these schools.
Yeah, well, round one is the right choice, for sure.
Okay, and obviously Chicago and Tuck, two other great schools that he wants to apply to. 50 plus, you say?
Well, he's got to convince them he wants to go. They may say, like a place like Tuck may go, what is this guy doing here? They'd be happy to have him.
Absolutely.
They'd be happy to have him if he passed the Tuck, hail fellow, well met screen.
Yep.
I mean, Tuck does have a real type, and the question is, let me say, Tuck has several types, and the question is, there are several front doors to Tuck, and the question is, does this guy fit in through any of them?
You're tending to think not.
I don't know. He might be, I might be overreading the Spartanness of the presentation.
Right.
He might be a much more well-rounded, lively guy in person.
All right. There you have it. Good luck to you. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants. May your MBA dreams come true.